Do you know what the best version of you looks like? Just take a look in the mirror, the person that you were born to be, and say, huh, I'm taking on the best. Every day is a new day to step it up, and maybe some days I feel like giving up. I just don't get it, but I can't forget that I'm a believer in the power of yet. I may not know it now, but I will. Take a deep breath and I'm chill. Mistakes are part of the game, I embrace them. I don't run from my fears, I face them. How? I pay attention, I take charge of my learning. Draw it out and work it out to show my journey. Try until it clicks, make sure that it sticks. Working at it constantly is my secret. Practice is not something I do once I'm good. It's the one thing I do that makes me good. So I take another step, I'm obsessed with progress. You know why? Why? I'm taking on the best.
Hey world changers, and welcome to another video lesson of taking on the best. My name is Miss McCarthy and I am on a mission to make math fun, make it click, and make it stick for you. And I am so excited that I get to be your guide as we not only dive into Florida's best standards for 4th grade math, but just know that I'm also here to encourage you and support you every step of the way as you take on the best version of yourself. So without further ado, let's get into this video lesson and let me teach ya. In today's video lesson, we are going to practice multiplying a whole number by a fraction. Ooh, so grab your pencil, grab your workbook page, and let's get ready to take some notes. The directions say to multiply each whole number by a fraction. Then we're going to model with a visual area model, a number line, and with repeated addition. All right, so I know that we're going to be talking about a bunch of different strategies today. While we're going over these strategies, for each little space with the number line, with the area model, when we connect it to repeated addition, try to make sense of at least one of them. Try to make sure that one of them really clicks with you because that might be the go-to one that you do, okay? All right, so for number one, we have 3 times 1/2. Here we go. So 3 times 1/2. If you remember that when we're multiplying, we have a factor times a factor, right? We have groups of equal things. Okay, so we have 3 groups of 1/2. So that's what we need to draw. And I'm going to start with the area model. Let's draw 3 groups, or in this case, 3 wholes. 1, 2, and 3. Of course, we want our wholes to be about the same size as much as we can. All right, and we need 3 groups of 1/2, which means that our denominator for each of these is going to be broken into halves. So for each whole, we're going to shade in half, 1/2. So we have 1/2, 1/2, and 1/2. We have 3 groups of 1/2, which equals 1/2 plus 1/2 plus 1/2, which equals 3 halves, right? Now, right away, we can go ahead and connect that over to repeated addition. We have 1/2 plus 1/2 plus 1/2 equals 3 halves. Now let's go ahead and take a look on a number line. So here we have 0. We're just going to start counting by halves. So this would be halfway. So if we have 1/2 and then another group of 1/2, and we got to keep on going. So here's another whole with 2, and we go one more halfway because that would be at 1.5 right in between. This is the same thing as 3 halves. So we did 3 jumps of 1/2. You can even write that, 3 jumps of 1/2. And it lands right here at 1.5, which is equal to 3 halves. And you might be wondering with the area model, well, I see 3 halves, how do you get 1.5? Well, if we were to put this little piece right in there, that would be 1 whole shaded in, right? Plus the 1/2 there would be 1.5. 1.5 and 3/2 are the same thing. Just one is written as a mixed number and the other one is written as a fraction that is greater than 1. Here we can also say that we added 1/2 plus 1/2 plus 1/2. Okay, I think that's all the notes that we need for this. So we've modeled with an area model, a number line, and with repeated addition. Make sure that you have everything copied for number 1, and when you're ready, join me for number 2. All right, number 2, we have 4 times 2/3. So this is, let me zoom in, this would be 4 groups of 2/3 in each. We could say 2/3 in each group. Okay, so that means that we need to draw 4 holes for our area model. 1 hole, 2 holes, 3 holes, again trying to make these holes the same size, 4 holes. Cool. All right, and since we're trying to find 2/3, we have a denominator of 3, so let's break each one of those into thirds. Thirds, 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 all right? And each group, we have 4 groups of 2/3, so we're going to shade in 2/3 for each of those groups. 2/3, 2/3, and 2/3, okay. So we have 4 groups of 2/3. If we count up everything, we have 1/3, 2/3, 3/3, 4/3, 5/3, 6/3, 7/3, 8/3. And we can connect that to repeated addition because in each hole we have 2/3 plus 2/3 plus 2/3 plus 2/3, which equals a total of what? 8/3. That's right. All right, there we go there. And because this is a fraction that's greater than 1, that means that we can also find the mixed number. And we can do that in just a minute using our number line. So we'll start with 0. I'm just going to place a couple holes here. All right, so, and we have, just like in our area model, we're breaking it into thirds. So we should have 3 jumps between each hole. Cool. And we're going to make jumps of 2/3. We need to make 4 jumps of 2/3. Just like we had 4 groups of 2/3, now we need to make 4 jumps of 2/3. So we're going to go 1, 2, there's 2/3. 1, 2, there's a jump of 2/3. 1, 2, there's a jump of 2/3. And 1, 2, there's a jump of 2/3. So we're adding 2/3 each time, just like when we're repeatedly adding our repeated addition. This is plus 2/3, I'm running out of room, and plus 2/3. So this spot right here is what we need. And I'm seeing it as 2, the whole number, it's equal to the whole number 2, and 1 2/3. I could also see this as 1/3, 2/3, 3/3, 4/3, 5/3, 6/3, 7/3, 8/3, and that's how it would get to be 8/3 too. So 8/3 is the fraction greater than 1, and 2 and 2/3 is our mixed number, the whole number and the fraction together. Make sure that you have everything copied for number 2, and then let's finish the last one, number 3. All right, for number 3, it says 5 times 3/4. So we have 5 groups of 3/4 in each group. All right, so for our area model, how many holes do we need to draw? 5, right? We need 5 groups, so we'll draw 5 holes. Okay, there we go. We have 5 holes. And how many equal parts do we need to break each hole into? 4, right? Because our denominator right over here is 4. Okay, so now that we've broken our denominator into 4 equal parts, how many are we shading in? 3/4, right, for each one. So let's shade in 3/4 for each hole that we have. We have 5 groups of 3/4. All right, now we've shaded in 3/4 5 times because we have 5 groups of 3/4. So now we can count up how many total 4th pieces we have. We have 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 4/4, 5/4, 6/4, 7/4, 8/4, 9/4, 10/4, 11/4, 12/4, 13/4, 14/4, and 15/4 total. So that would be our sum. And we can go ahead and connect this to repeated addition. We'll just add 3/4 how many times? 5, right? So plus 3/4 plus 3/4 plus 3/4 plus 3/4 equals a total of 15/4. And that is a fraction greater than 1, meaning that we can also write a mixed number with this, which the number line will help us get there, okay? So here, I'm gonna make sure I've got a lot of holes up here because I think we're taking 5 jumps and we're going farther with 3/4. So 1, 2 holes, 3 holes, 4 holes, and 5 holes. And we need to make our denominator 4, break it into fourths, kind of like our benchmark fractions, because we had 3/4, so our denominator is 4. All right, we can stop there and see if we need to go further. I don't know. We'll find out. Okay, so now we're making 5 jumps of 3/4. Let's write that up here. 5 jumps of 3/4. So we have 1, 2, 3/4. There's a jump. 1, 2, 3/4. That's 2 jumps. 1, 2, 3/4. 3 jumps. 1, 2, 3/4. 4 jumps. And 1, 2, 3/4. There's our last jump right there. So let's show that we're taking 3/4 and jumping 5 times. Looks a lot like our repeated addition, right? So here we're between the whole numbers of 3 and 4. So this would be 3 and 1, 2, 3/4. So this would be equivalent to 3 and 3/4, right? All right, make sure that you have all of this copied for number 3, and then let's close out this video lesson. All right, world changers, I hope that the information in this video lesson clicked for you. Now it's time for you to make sure that it sticks. How do you do that? By taking charge of your learning. You can do that with extra practice, asking questions, but most importantly, getting that extra practice in, because practice is not something we do once we're good. It's the one thing we do that makes us good. So make sure that you're taking time to stick with it and practice until you get it, until it sticks for you. Before we go, let me remind you that your only competition in life is with that person staring back at you in the mirror, yourself. Stop comparing yourself to other people and just focus on being the best you that you can be. That's what we're all about, right? Because we are taking on the best. All right, world changers, keep working hard, keep sprinkling kindness everywhere that you go, and I will see you in a video lesson real soon. Bye.